Yeah, hi Aruna.
Hi, Garuna Addanki. I have done my MCA and I have overall 4 years of experience as a business analyst. Coming to my roles and responsibilities, I am responsible for gathering the requirements and as well as for requirements elicitation, and I will prioritize the requirements. And I have experience in stakeholder management also, and I am responsible for creating BRD and FRDs, and I will also create wireframes, mockups, and prototypes, and I will coordinate closely with the development and the testing teams, and I'm responsible for functional and UAT testing.
Okay. Okay, what was your last working company name and what is exactly you have done over there as a BA?
Okay. Um, my previous company name was Invenjo. I was worked there for around 4 years. There I
Mhm.
was worked on my on core banking project. That name was Finsphere. Actually, Finsphere is a core banking transformation project. Um, the client for Finsphere is Quantic Bank. Actually, they want to migrate the whole system named Val 360. They want to migrate to the bank core. Um, Actually, client don't want to lose the existing data. Additionally, with migrating, they want some additional features. And Finsphere is like a centralized banking system or application, and it will manage all banking related stuff. And it's responsible for creating customers accounts and loan approvals, and even monitoring NPS and everything. Um, by adding some compliance and regulations like AML and KYC, they are
Okay, no problem. So can you tell me what is user story and how do you write user story?
okay. Basically, user story is a piece of software from the user point of view. The syntax for writing user story is as a I want and so that.
Okay, can you share your screen?
Mm, okay.
Open Word document.
Okay.
Okay, can you take the requirement and please draft into the user story? Okay, the requirement is first of all, customer need to notify regarding the loan amount that has been sanctioned on his name. Okay, and that notification message should include the customer name and the loan amount and the duration and tenure. Okay, all these things need to be involved in that notification message.
Okay.
And also
Notification includes customer name and
customer name, the date, the specific date where the customer was took the loan.
okay.
Okay,
Mm,
and the loan amount and the loan tenure. These four things I want the notification to be in that. It should include in that notification, and also it should also reflect in the core banking system, same details. So can you please translate into the user story this?
okay.
Is it done?
Yeah,
Do you
one
think that
moment.
is it correct?
One moment, please. Yeah,
Okay, from whose point of view I have gave the requirement?
from customer
Okay, what did you wrote on the beginning?
as a bank staff.
And what is the main purpose of that requirement? Can you tell me? Can you define?
Yeah, customer need to notify regarding. I mean, customer have to notify regarding his loan sanction amount,
How
and
did you wrote?
I mean, yeah, as a bank staff. But we will write from as a bank staff, right? Customer we won't be able to write, right?
No, I whatever the requirement I gave you from that point of view, you need to write. So as per the requirement, it is customer. Customer should receive the notification, and that
Okay.
notification it should include details like loan amount and its name. What did I give you? And the tenure and the date of at which date he was took the loan. That details he need to it should include in that notification, and that notification to be received to the customer. This is the requirement. Along with that, at the end, it should also update or save or store in the CBS. This is the requirement. So it all starts from customer,
Okay.
from the requirement. Okay, no problem. Will you try if I do give 2 minutes, or you want me to skip this?
Yeah, okay. Give me one moment. Is it okay now or
Yes, thank you. And may I know, like, as a BA, what tools you use in your organization?
yeah? For writing user stories and acceptance criteria, we will use MS Office, and for creating wireframes, we will use Balsamic, and for creating mockups, I will use Figma, and
Okay,
for
can you remove your headset?
okay,
Okay, you speak without headset. Okay,
okay,
speak without headset.
okay,
No, no, no. Can you remove that? Okay. Uh, okay. So, what is UAT testing, and what exactly the purpose of UAT testing?
okay. UAT testing means acceptance testing. Sorry, UAT testing means user acceptance testing. It has to be done by the BA in front of end users and the business teams. The main purpose of UAT testing is user stories and acceptance criteria have to be matched with the end product, like that.
Okay. So, what exactly, I mean, you will be considering for validating the testing? While validating, will you be considering any other things for testing?
Yeah, mm, we will test about functionality also, and to make sure that every requirement and every user story and acceptance criteria is covered.
Okay. Can you tell me how do you prioritize the requirements?
Yeah. Um, yeah. In my previous project at Bangor, for the specific module called deposit vault, I have prioritized the requirements throughout the project. I mean, are you asking me about prioritizing the requirements throughout the project or?
So first, define me what is Moscow technique and tell me the situation.
Okay. I mean, usually prioritization means we have to give the importance. I mean, we have to choose which requirements are which features are most important than anything else. I mean, based on that, we have to prioritize the requirements based on the business needs and sometimes based on the customers' needs. And we have to consider cost and effort and as well as risk and everything. And for that, we will use apply some techniques like Masco. The abbreviation of Masco is must have, should have, could have, or won't have. And sometimes we will use Kanban technique also in rare cases.
Okay. Can you tell me a situation where you prioritize the requirements?
Yeah. One moment. In my previous project at Bangor, when I was working on a specific module called Deposit Vault, I had prioritized the requirements throughout the process in a structured way. Why? Because in the middle of the sprint, like that, the treasury team and the create team asked us for new FD approval schemes. So I had discussed the same with the project manager and uh, I had make note about everything about the change logs and based on the category and based on the impact and um, we have worked on the specific requirements or features which are prioritized. I mean, which are important for the product based on the business justifications and finally taken approval.
Okay. The next question is, can you tell me how do you handle change request? So for these to answer, can you please close it off your eyes and tell me the answer?
Yeah, sure. Um, yeah, sure. Mm.
Yeah, tell me how do you handle change request?
Yeah, one moment, please. Change request. Uh, I mean, actually, change request means in the middle of the project or in the middle of the sprint, someone will come up with new ideas. I will, like in that kind of scenarios, first I will speak with my project manager and I will try to understand the requirements and I will speak with my product manager and I will validate them against the project requirements and limitation. And after that, I will do impact analysis and I will prioritize the requirements based on whether they are low or medium or high or critical. And mm, in the end, I will make sure that um, I will update it in JIRA as change request is finalized and like that. Okay.
Okay. What is scope creep?
Yeah. Scope creep means in the middle of the project, someone will come up with new ideas, especially from our internal team. That means scope creep.
Okay. Okay. Can you tell me a situation where you handle conflict between two stakeholders?
Yeah. In my previous project at Bangor, when I was working in a module called Loan Sphere, especially for loan approval, two key stakeholders had conflicting each other. Why? Because one team wants faster credit approvals, while the other wants uh, stricter compliance validations. So I conducted a meeting with both the teams and to know the expectations. And after that, I have implemented a dual approach. That states that create approval first and followed by the compliance and both were agreed to that decision. Um, yeah.
Okay. So can you tell me a situation where you improve the business process
Yeah.
by proposing a new ideas or recommending the solution?
Yeah. Yeah. In my previous project at Bangkok, I noticed that the daily reconciliation between the CBS and the clearinghouse was done manually using Excel. So it caused delays in the end of the day settlements and as well as audit mismatches. So I took the initiative to improve the process and to make the reconciliation more faster. Um, in the process, I discussed the process flows with the finance and the operational teams, and I suggested I suggested automating mismatch detection using Fin Reconcile module, as well as I coordinated with the developers and suggested them to create exception reports and build the reports. And finally, after implementing all of this, reconciliation becomes more faster and accuracy improved by 90%.
Okay, very good. Thank you. And can you define me the procedure? Like, how do you gather the requirement from beginning to end?
Yeah, one moment. Can I take any example from my project?
Yes, you can.
Yeah. Um, in my previous project at Bangkok, especially for the module called Payflow, where there was no documents like BRDs and FRDs and process flows. So um, I have conducted workshops with the relevant teams, and after that, I came to know about the. I mean, I will be able to know about the requirements and as well as the process flows, so that um, I can prepare the UML diagrams and. Mm, and
Mhm.
also I will validate them against the project limitations and everything, and finally I will take the approval from the stakeholder or the product owner.
Okay. Okay. If the stakeholder is unclear about the requirement, so how do you make sure they have fully understood about the requirement? What steps you will follow?
Yeah. If the stakeholder is unclear about the requirements, then I will go ahead with elicitation techniques. If he is if it is one stakeholder, then I will conduct interview technique, or if it is two or three, I will go ahead with questionnaire or surveys, or sometimes I will go ahead with workshops or brainstorming like that.
Hmm. So won't you do these visuals? Won't you create these visuals and show it to the stakeholders?
Visuals, what kind of visuals?
Won't you create any wireframes prototypes? If they're unclear, won't you create any wireframes or mock-ups
Yeah,
and show
I
it to
mean,
them and get feedback?
initially I will apply the elicitation techniques, and even though if they are not clear about it, then I will go ahead with wireframes or mockups or prototypes, as you said.
Okay, thank you. And okay, can you define the Scrum ceremonies? How
Yeah.
many Scrum ceremonies we have?
Mm. Yeah, Scrum ceremonies are a part of Agile. Basically, we have four kind of Scrum ceremonies. One is sprint planning, and another one is sprint release, and daily stand up, and last one is sprint retrospective.
Okay, what you will do in sprint planning?
Yeah, in sprint planning, if it is the starting of the sprint, we will plan about that particular sprint and we will work on that. If it is the end of the sprint, then we will plan for the next sprint in that particular sprint plan.
Hmm. Okay. What is the difference between product backlog and sprint backlog?
Product backlog and sprint backlog, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Basically, the product backlog is managed by the business team, especially by the product owner. When it comes to sprint backlog, mm, it won't be managed by the business team. That's the main difference.
Okay. Okay, fine. So,
Mm.
uh, what is swimlane diagram?
Yeah. Streamline diagram is one of the most important diagram in the UML. Actually, it's a kind of flowchart diagram. Yeah. Coming to the components of the streamline diagram, it's having both horizontal and vertical lines, and then components will be represented as a rounded rectangle, and flow is represented as arrow marks, and then start and stop symbol will be there, and even decision nodes are also there.
Okay, what is ASIS and 2B?
Yeah. Um, as is under 2B. Yeah. These are the techniques used in gap analysis.
Okay,
Uh,
very
bas-
good.
yeah.
Very good. So what is invest criteria?
Yeah. Invest criteria is one of the main important criteria. It's a checklist to make sure that requirements are high valuable. Basically, sorry, I means invest. Sorry. Sorry, I means independent, and N means negotiable, and V means valuable, and E means estimable, and S means I forgot about it. Sorry, and T means testable.
What is E stands for?
What?
What is E stands for?
C.
E,
E.
E.
E stands for estimable. S stands for scalable. Mm.
Okay. What is ratio matrix?
Yeah. Uh, Ratio matrix is one of the most important topic in business analytics. I mean, it will make sure that every user story and acceptance criteria are covered under the test cases.
Okay. And mm, what is the difference between BRD, FRD?
Yeah. Um, yeah. Basically, BRD stands for Business Requirements Document, and FRD stands for functional requirements documentation. Basically, BRD is more from a high level perspective. It's more from a stakeholder point of view. And when it comes to FRD is all about how the system is going to work from the user point of view. When it comes to BRD, the components are like business success and business objectives and the stakeholders list and glossary and introduction, something like that. And when it comes to FRD, the components are in scope, out scope, and uh, even functional requirements, non-functional requirements, and security and functionality and performance and so many things. And even the audience are also different from BRD and FRD.
Okay, the domain is new. How do you ensure in learning the domain?
Yeah, if the domain is new for me, then I will refer to the existing documents, and as well as I will conduct the workshops with the relevant teams, and I'll conduct the walkthroughs, and I will make sure that I'm sure about the terminology, and somehow I will work on
Okay.
it.
Okay. Okay. My final question was like, what exactly you will be doing during post-deployment support?
Yeah. Mm. In my previous project at Bangalore, for the Client Connect module, uh,
Mm-hmm.
after deployment, I have conducted walkthrough sessions with that particular teams, and I had also I had maintained questionnaires to make sure that to make sure about the usability and the issue logs, and I will also analyze the recurring issues faced by the customers, and I will prioritize them based on the impact. I'll make sure it will be resolved shortly. Um,
Mm-hmm. Okay.